Grand rising, or good afternoon, depending upon what time you are listening. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. This time space sequence we call March the 4th, 2020. This is Sean Speaks, and I'll be presenting for you the blog post from the website from today entitled, That's Just Who I Am. That's just who I am. Our affirmation for today: I am in control of my I am. I am in control of my I am. On last Saturday, one of my daily quotes that I post on various social sites said the following, and I quote, "The borrower is the servant of the lender." Don't we love hearing that quoted? But what has the majority of us been conditioned to become in this economic marketplace? Consider this. You can be trained to hear one thing, but be conditioned to become another. Possible lesson: don't be so happy you were granted entry into the door of someone else's marketplace that you perpetuate a role that you never had to play. Maybe it's time to adjust our listening ear and reconstruct the role we choose to play. End quote. I don't know about you, but the role I have played in America's economic marketplace has been mostly the consumer and definitely the borrower. At 25 years of age, I owed almost $200,000 in student loan debt before I even had any income. Essentially, I didn't have a pot to piss in, but I had substantial debt to pay. I commenced my role in the economic marketplace as a borrower. Can any of you relate? I had so much student loan debt that I never actually believed I could pay it all. And I never, to be honest, intended to pay it all. I just concluded I would die owing it. And actually, I think the system prefers it that way, as long as I make the minimum payments. A few days ago, I was reading an article in the Washington Post entitled, Black Americans are deeply pessimistic about the country under Trump, whom more than 8 in 10 describe as a racist, post Ipsos poll finds. This article discusses the poll results of whether Black Americans credit the current president or former President Obama for the decline in the unemployment rate for Black Americans. A 77% majority of Black Americans say Trump deserves only some or hardly any credit for the 5.5% unemployment rate among Black adults, compared with the 20% who say Trump deserves significant credit. Others, however, say that President Trump deserves no credit. I don't really care whether you think that the president deserves credit or not, as long as the unemployment rate is down. But what made the article interesting to me was what a 72-year-old Black lady from Georgia said. She specifically stated, and I quote, "I don't think Trump has anything to do with unemployment among African Americans. I've always been a working poor person. That's just who I am." End quote. That's just who I am. Her words sent chills down my spine. Those words had me stuck for a moment in a mental sadness. Did she really feel that is who she had to show up as in this world? How many of us feel the same way? Did I feel that way too? I was at a loss of words, and that rarely happens to me. Did her being Black seal her financial fate? Was being a working poor person the predestined station for this woman because she was Black? Who defined being Black for her? Many of us, like this 72-year-old woman, have a working poor person mentality. Yes, it's true that some of us have substituted poor for quote-unquote middle or quote-unquote upper middle based on our income levels. But if we are honest with our elevated income and titles, come with them substantial student loan debts or other debts that push us back towards poor. But I thought we were the lenders, not the borrowers. Many of us never consciously assessed whether our financial choices matched the underlying meanings of the words we loved repeating. We just like shouting to stuff that don't matter. Okay, let me direct this one to myself. Maybe if I had paid attention earlier, instead of waiting for some miracle to occur, I would have seen the disconnect a long time ago between my words and my actions, and I would have made better financial choices. But truth be told, the system gets burly, fat off of our bad financial choices. It ensures that the rich-minded people stay rich and the poor, working-minded people stay poor. Why is that? Because without change in behaviors and expression, outcomes remain the same. The system needs us to play the role of borrower/servant. It needs us to be blinded to our own actions while saying what sounds good. This system gave us heaven, and heaven is the reason we don't change our course of action. What if heaven that we've been longing for isn't up there, but is simply a change of mind and course of action? I have been on this continuous quest of freeing my mind from limiting beliefs, even those that I would label good beliefs, because I'm learning that even good beliefs can stagnate growth. I want us to not only free our thinking minds, but to essentially uptalk our lives in every area how we want it. Uptalk our finances, uptalk our skills, uptalk our identities, and uptalk how we choose to show up in this life. And more critically important, uptalk what being a dark hue or black human being means today. Uptalking your life is essentially a conscious choice to articulate about yourself only that which acts as building blocks to construct who you want to show up as in this world. Uptalking your life is essentially a conscious choice to articulate about yourself only that which acts as building blocks to construct who you want to show up as in this world. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to uptalk my life how I want it to be. I want to live my life from a place of yes, not no, a place of yet, not never, a place of abundance, not lack, a place of creativity, not competition, a place of financial independence, not poverty, a place of growth, not restriction, and a place of connection, not separation. Are you ready to uptalk your life with me? Our affirmation for today: I am in control of my I am. Thank you so much for listening to the audio blogcast podcast presented to you by freeyourthinkingmind.com. We are in the middle of a name change to Uptalk My Life. And so you'll be seeing some changes going forth in the next few months. Again, our affirmation for today: I am in control of my I am. Ashe, free thinkers, ashe. May what you say manifest in your life today and every day. Let's uptalk our life.